Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson here of World Alternative Media, and of course I'm here with John Sneisen. Now, I wanted to bring this up to John because he's been studying it and he's been looking into it a bit. Now, in Canada here we have oil as our basically main commodity, and a lot of people keep saying that the Canadian dollar won't fall because we have oil to back us up. Now, as evidence against that, to the contrary, we are talking about South Sudan, which appears to be going into hyperinflation. So John, can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, what's interesting in South Sudan, and I looked a little bit into this, is their current inflation rate as of right now is 202%, which is actually officially, like the government official number, is actually officially higher than Venezuela that we've been talking about. And we've seen evidence from Venezuela where we've had our friends Jeff Berwick and Rudkowski actually shown real evidence of the hyperinflation, because one thing, talking about that it's happening, but those guys actually went the extra mile to go there. Kudos to our guys. It's really good that we can actually show this evidence to people. Now, back to South Sudan, and also, this is another time where we have an oil country. Venezuela should have told you something when it comes to an oil country. It's one of the main commodities in Venezuela is oil. Well, one of the main commodities in South Sudan is oil. Actually, the one commodity, the sole export commodity that they actually export in South Sudan. Now, South Sudan has been around for not that long. I don't know the official year when they incorporated, if you can say that.
Not very long ago.
Yeah, when they broke apart from Sudan. But there's some interesting numbers that we're going to look at. And in December 2015, they devalued their currency 84%. Now, 84%, that's a lot. I had friends that told me about 75% devaluation in Argentina, completely wiped out their parents' savings. Now, think about that. If you had your savings in the South Sudanian currency, that means that you lost a lot of money. And basically, if you were a little bit wealthy, you're not anymore if you saved in fiat currency. Well, if you saved in gold, I'm pretty sure you would be way better off. So also to go and look into South Sudan now, businesses are really struggling in South Sudan because of this overprinting of money, and nobody really wants their currency, and they're not able to get a stronger US dollar because nobody wants their worthless money. So what's the big issue there now is really a massive inflationary period that's going on, and I think it might be a hyperinflationary event that's going to destroy the South Sudanese currency. Now, for example, this is just examples from real people that live there, and we're going to put the article out there for you guys so you all can see all the facts yourself. But hairdresser, for example, in Juba, he used to charge 1.08 cents for a haircut. Now, since this hyperinflationary event has kicked in, now the guy has to charge 1.89 because he has to pay for the commodities he needs to keep his business running, like shaving blades and so on. And actually, shaving blades have tripled in price. So really, like, him charging only 1.89 is not that crazy. He's actually just minorly trying to increase it, but he's telling people that, well, there's way less people that are cutting their hair.
Yeah.
So this is caused by the hyperinflation because a lot of people get paid, they save in this currency, and they believe that it has value. Well, and the point when it gets destroyed like this in a hyperinflationary event, it loses almost all its value very rapidly.
Yeah.
And things go just out of hand. Now, I know that new countries usually have a huge struggle when it comes to fiat currency, because what happens is sometimes they print too much money when they print the currency. So that's always a huge problem when it comes to new currencies. Now, that's one of the factors here. There's of course bigger factors here in play as well, which is the oil price, that it's down. Now, people said that oil will save the currency and make it from not going worthless. Well, we have two countries right now where they have problems with the oil price, and they are dependent on oil, and they're not doing very well. The countries have ended up in hyperinflation. Now, just to state a couple other things, there's some major companies that have gone bust in South Sudan, and lots of businesses are going bankrupt because they're dependent on getting paid in the currency that is getting massively devalued. Now, there's also another thing that I found very interesting, and this is where, you know, when it comes to the private sector where they have no chance, and this is actually where I would say kind of the Weimar Republic inflation kicks in that happened, where they raised the salaries of government employees to kind of match the heightened hyperinflationary event that's going on. So what they're doing right now, and as of February 2016, they increased salaries of government employees by 300%, which tells me that the real inflation is way higher than the 202% that they were talking about.
Wow.
So this is an untold story. Nobody's talking about it at all around media, but I kind of picked it up because I watch indicators on economics, and I found suddenly South Sudan just jumped up as number one when it comes to inflation, past the official 180 that the Venezuelan government is telling us, which is completely false. They have probably close to 1,000 right now. But when it comes to South Sudan, as you can see, like the hyperinflationary event there, it's happening. It's destroying lives once more. These fiat currencies, they're completely worthless, and they're trash. You're better off burning them as to heat up your house than actually spending them soon. So we really got to protect ourselves there, guys, and I hope this is some warnings, because people say, well, that was the past. Well, it's happening over and over again. Like, it's constantly repeating itself. So please listen to us and understand, and try to just look into history, because these events are not just historical events. They will happen over and over again if you keep on using the same fiat currency system.
And none of us want to say that we're right about this. We'd rather be wrong, trust us. I mean, we don't want people suffering like this, and that's what we're trying to do at WHAM, is give you guys all good information that will hopefully make you dependent enough or independent enough to stand up and say, I don't want any part of the system anymore, and educate people and tell people about this. So John, I mean, people said that the because of the oil in, for example, Argentina, that everything was going to be okay. People said in South Sudan that everything was going to be okay because of the oil. And right now, people are saying everything's going to be okay in Canada because of the oil. What do you have to say to people who say things like that?
Well, I don't think it proves anything. I think it's quite the danger, actually, having a fiat currency. You can believe all you want in what the PhDs are telling you in economics that they, you know, oh, this time it's different. No, it's not. It's never different. They always fail. Please listen. I don't know how to say this in more clear message. Like, please listen to history and read the history books, and they will tell you this currency system, when you let governments borrow money and just spend as much money as they want, they'll completely destroy the currency. In Sudan and Venezuela, what happened there is the oil price that the government was dependent on to even live went down, and now they have to print massive amounts of currency to save their ass, and they don't have any income, so they're screwed. That currency, the Bolivar and the South Sudan currency, they're gonna fail. They're gonna fail. Just believe me on that, because in a very short period of time now, coming up in the next months and within the year, I think one of those currencies are going to be gone, probably.
Yeah, and I mean, when you have governments basically charging you interest on the debt after devaluing currencies and basically trashing these currencies, you have debt slavery. And as we've mentioned in so many WHAM videos before, all fiat currencies will revert to their natural value of zero, and it happens, it always happens, it will always happen. It's because we don't have freedom of them in the markets. There's no physical value. It's just manhandling currency and making you all debt slaves and pay taxes towards that incredibly ridiculous currency. We shouldn't call it money because it really isn't money. Money needs to have value, as James Rickards mentioned.
Currency.
Yeah, it's all currency. So thank you guys for watching. Send in your questions. We have so many issues to cover here. So many that no other medias are talking about. I mean, actually, there are some independent medias out there that are trying to get the same message as us across, and you should check them out as well. But we are just trying to do due diligence here and bring you all the good information that can help you stay insured and stay safe in an economic collapse. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, John. This is John Sneisen, Josh Sigurdson, signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth. Be the change.